want with these guys. This is not about taking yourself too seriously with the resin. Suffolk sheep garden statue, now on clearance for $79.20. That is 25% off the QVC price. You want easy pay, you've got it. $19.80 over the course of 4 months. And what's neat here, I think, Nancy Brandmuller, is to have a couple of different poses.
Yes.
So they're the same price, but as you're looking at the video, you get to choose, so maybe get one of each pose to really build out that look. M52337, this is Nancy, and she brings Plow and Hearth to QVC. It's nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
And nice to have the sheep. We had Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? And I understand had a little lamb, but they're sheep, but it's close enough.
They started off as lamb.
They did. So we've got two options here. The one that Nancy's living on right now, that's called Head Up.
Keeping watch over everybody, all the flock.
And then we also have the Grazing choice, but we have fewer of this Grazing. So tell us what are these exactly?
So these are resin stone powder combined statuary. And what I love that Plow and Hearth did was they created these sheep that look so realistic. They look just like the kinds of sheep that you'll see grazing on the hills of the English countryside. They're Suffolk sheep. And the ones with the black faces and the black legs, they are native to England. And so you have something that you can put out in your garden, leave it out there, enjoy it all times of the year. And I want you to see this face. Plow and Hearth does such a beautiful job when they create animals so realistic. You're seeing the perfect position of their ears, the twinkle in their eye, and then their fleece looks like real fleece, but this is a resin stone powder, and it also
kind of feels like concrete.
It does, but here's the great thing. So many statues that are made out of concrete, you couldn't lift them. I certainly couldn't.
Yeah,
because
how
I'm not
heavy are
very
these?
So your head up version is about 17 pounds, head down is about 19. So when you get them home, just kind of give them a little wiggle. When I put them in the ground, I just sort of like that to get their feet into the mulch or the ground or whatever, and they're just going to be fine, grazing in your garden.
I know you've got these and you've had some fun. So where would you recommend? Inspire us a little bit about where to place them.
Okay, so what I recommend is have fun with them and move them around your garden. So maybe put them in your front flower bed. Then another day, move them out onto your grass. I was taking pictures of these guys out on my grass one day last year, and a gal was jogging by in the neighborhood, and then she stopped in front, and she's like, "Oh, those aren't real. I was wondering how you were keeping them in your garden."
That's so funny.
So
she thought you had an invisible fence.
She thought I had real sheep. I know. So they're so fun.
Cute.
And and during the springtime, put a little wreath of flowers around their neck.
Yeah, this is what I think, like, they can be elegant because I think that they just are the nature of this animal. But it's also something that if you're adding the accessories, the scarves and the hats and the whatever based on the season.
You're playful.
Like, you're adding that playful touch to your garden, and why not? And these are a good size for $19.80 on Easy Pay. So the one that's on your screen right now, that's the Grazing. It's 29.5 inches long and then 18.5 inches tall. If you're choosing the standing, so now there's a look at it, it's 27 inches from tail to tip of the nose, and then 2 feet tall, but it's the same price. But I just feel like, if you're watching right now, timing's everything, because you do have a chance to get both of them at the moment. Otherwise, you might end up missing out on that Grazing choice. But why is it that Plow and Hearth is known for these statues? Because we said earlier, spinners are really big from this brand. Why are statues also one of the things that they've really made like as a go-to source for them?
Well, they know that statuary is one of those things that people love to put in their garden. So they want to give you something that's unique and different that you're not going to find in your typical garden store. They also are going to give you great quality. And they have this realism because they have people who are nature lovers. So they have people that study the animals, and there you're seeing the face. When you're looking at this as opposed to other kind of statuary, that looks so realistic. The twinkle in the eye, the way they've set their ears. And then look at this fleece. Even though this is out of a resin and concrete, I'm petting it because it looks like it's so realistic. It's such, it looks like it could be soft fleece. And then I'll just lift it up a little bit so you can even see the legs. You could see just the detail of the fur on the legs, the close cut fur, all the way down to their hooves.
Hey, should we treat these at all to keep them looking the way they do?
You don't have to worry about them. Just put them out in your garden and, start enjoying them. them.
That's easy.
So I have left them out in all kinds of weather, and I move them around. Even when New Year's Eve, I put some little New Year's Eve hats on them, and and I put them on a sled too. When we had a lot of snow, I put out a little sled. Yeah, really just fun.
Do you post pictures of that on Facebook?
I do. In fact, I'll do that when I'm done here. I'll post some of the pictures I've done.
Because I get so inspired by other homeowners when I hear what they're up to in the garden and how they're adding personality to the house. I love that, so that'd be great. M52337, that's the item number for these statues. I do want to give you an update because the Grazing choice, I told you we were more limited in that one. So this is the Grazing. We only have a dozen left in this choice, and then it's gone. And this is something that usually when it's on clearance, we cannot reorder it, but you're saving now. You've got a chance to get it now, but not for much longer. And then let's talk about the head up choice. Only 4 dozen left in that one, but they're the same price, same easy payment. And easy pay is available if you have a major credit card, a Q card, or PayPal. There's not a convenience fee for it, and it's something that arrives to you in a matter of days, and then you get to pay for it over time. And I know that my first experience with Plow Hearth was through the catalog. So when you came to QVC, I was like, oh wow. That's a great score for the Q.
It is, it is.
The values are great here, and then we have easy pay.
Great partnership. So I'm turning this one around just so you can see how cute it is even on the back side, as well as no matter where you look at it, it's beautifully done. And I really recommend if you have the ability to get two, but then you have your own little flock, because they do look so adorable together. And I will post some pictures on my Facebook page, Nancy B for QVC, so that you can see kind of how I've used them in the garden. And they're just a beautiful piece of sculpture, and you're seeing us lift and move these around. If these were cement, there's no way I could lift those up. I do not have strong arms, and I just love to be able to play with them, so that's why it's so nice. They're made out of a resin and stone
this
powder.
Grazing's last call.
Is it? Oh,
it's
my
almost
goodness.
Done, Nance. Yep.
My little sweetie.
3 dozen left here. So last call here.
Love these.
3 dozen there. $19.80 on easy pay. Such a great piece. Because it's Plow Hearth after all, so anytime you can get it and not spend more than $110, well, good on you. Good for you watching QVC2 today. Well, this is normally AM style, but we're dedicating this show to QVC in the garden, and Nancy's coming back with something that's more for indoors. We're talking about dealing with a problem that a lot of us have experienced. I mean, if you've got bowls of